There, neighborinos. So, they called me in. Instead of the morning shift, they asked me to do a closing night shift. And not that I don't think it would have had an impact on last night's show, because we were unceremoniously just kind of the YouTube apparently, and there's been like semi-widespread reports that a bunch of YouTube channels that were alive just kind of went down very abruptly. It just so happens, thank you to those of you that have reached out and let me know what other podcasts, what other shows. Apparently, and I'm not making any claim, I'm not trying to throw tinfoil hats, this is not my position. Sometimes things just happens and it's just a thing. But what's being pointed out to me is that other shows that were talking about the same types of things that we were just talking about last night, stuck in the they all of them just kind of went offline. Hey, Crystal, good to see you, sweetie. I hope all is well. Last night, we were missing you. We did another fantastic show. I'm super proud. And I guess I just wanted to have some afterthoughts. On the one hand, I think a topic that we had last night that went a lot further than I had anticipated was all of the Snap EBT stuff that's going on. If you just do a brief search on X or social media in general, there is a lot of videos of course, people that are raging, upset, saying they're going to do some literal dumb shit. I don't know if you're aware or if anybody's aware, November 3rd, if you sleuth enough in the dark streets of the interwebs, you'll see that there is a date, November 3rd, that people are hyping up to be the day that those people, the people that are hurting because the SNAP benefits have been cut off, are going to mass loot and or steal from Walmart. That was mentioned. That's the only company that I've seen a mention of. I've seen the TikToks of people kind of flexing how they're going to go in and just they're anticipating violence. I don't know what the rational response to that is. As law-abiding citizens, or I'm a law-abiding citizen. Hey, holy shit, Reynoldsred, where you been? Reynoldsred, I would love your mind and your perception, your brain, to take a gander at the other show, the big show that I do Tuesdays. We did it last night until it just got abruptly just cut, just boom, in the middle of a phone call with our third caller. That was Shamrock. We had wonderful people calling. That's one of the aspects of doing a live show like Stuck, where we can just literally talk to anybody, and we had a bunch of people that disagreed with us. Let me say, we mentioned something about Virginia, VA girl. Not in Virginia. Our governor is giving people on food stamps funds from the state and giving it to them on the 3rd. Yeah, that was reported. I didn't have that personally. My co-host Josh provided that information, and a bunch of states are pulling together resources and money so they can help people in need of assistance. And the government straight up has made an official statement like, we're not going to reimburse you guys. It's like the largest middle finger you can offer to people that are trying to come together and do something good. I've made it clear. I'm somebody that says, look, the kind of porn that I watch, or corn porn, is people getting caught stealing. All right, I feel personally invested when people steal. I don't know why that is. It's just in my DNA. I get upset, when I worked at jobs that let me literally go after them with all of everything at my disposal. That was just something we did, not celebrated in the corporate world. But it's like when you frame it with that juxtaposed to, all right, here's a bunch of people trying to do right and get food to the people that need it. And then I'm seeing all these little videos of people talking about how they're going to just loot Walmarts, and it's like a low-key internet holiday. You have a question? Yeah, off topic, bring it, do your worst. I'll keep on ranting until I see the question. I'm never gonna advocate and clap for the ones that are going for complete chaos. Even though when the government shuts down, you kind of got to look around. You don't have to do shit. I can see how it's not far-fetched to be like, well, they're not trying. Why should we? They're at a bullshit stalemate. And then you can argue they're both finger-wagging at each other. It's a 50-50 split. And some people say, well, it's got to be more the Republicans' fault because the president and the Republicans are the majority. And it's Trump in power. And then you have the other caveat, which is Democrats not budging regarding the specifics of the Medicare things in the bill. I've done my best to cover it with the articles in front of me. I can be a lot more confident in spewing something. So let's see. What you didn't have the question? Feel free, Crystal. I'm here. Been a bit off. Missed y'all. The federal government not releasing the resources set aside for the states in emergency. That does make sense. That does make sense. The overall theme in the chat last night was a lot of people were just kind of like, get a job. I would be disingenuous if I said I know there's not extenuating circumstances. People are disabled, or literally they can't move, they can't physically, mentally, whatever the case, and there's the kids involved that need to be taken care of and fed. So there's that. But then I've been working since I was 12 years old. I find it hard to believe that there's so many people that are really just not capable. And then we looked at the statistics. They're not what I thought they'd be. It's all over the place. We looked at Newsmax, which was inflated numbers, and we looked at other stats a little bit all over the place, and it's just pretty wild to me. Let me see, what do you got? Was actually wondering if you could do a react of a buddy's song. Holy crap, me and back in the music on this channel. I'm always down, assuming there's no copyright involved, because by God, it seems like every opportunity that anybody has to get a strike or a warning or to leverage some intimidation, it's taken. But yeah, shit, I don't know. By all means, I'm very lackadaisical on this channel. So send it my way, email or via the social media DMs, and I'll see what I can do. I'm trying to kind of evaluate my own bias here. How cold is it of me to look at the massive amount of people that are in need of these benefits or utilize these benefits, and it gets soured by, when I do the research, I see these videos. We played a video of a woman and her baby, using her baby for sympathy, but I get, why wouldn't you, saying, look, me and my baby, we're used to steak and lobster, and we eat good. We're coming to your house. We're going to eat your food. Thank God we leveled that out by playing somebody with some common sense, but there were still more clips and videos of all these people that are literally saying, I'm going to go there. When they refuse my card, I'm going to walk out. One lady pulls out her steel-toe boots and said, I'm going to hit them with these boots. And shit, man. I don't know. I'm always going to be a proponent of, if you can work, get to motherfucking work. Get off your ass. Get off of YouTube and don't e-beg and don't grift. Like, just do what you gotta do. Period. I don't care if that's insensitive. In other news regarding Stuck in the Middle, it does appear we will be able to keep to our schedule Thursday. Thank God. Not a mid-Saturday random stream. Oh, thank you. Okay. So that I'll be able to check out. I get out super late tonight, so given enough time, I have a visitor from out of town, so on and so forth, yada yada, but I will give it a look-see. I'll check out like the first few seconds, and then I'll do the whole shebang on live stream, as I naturally would like to watch things mostly for the first time when I'm live. I think it's more organic. Everybody's got their own method. What's up, C-Fouls? Job Surfer. You know what? You're not wrong, man. I mean, the 9-to-5er could be seen as the sucker. I just respect the grind and even the self-defeat, that bitter taste, that hard pill that we all swallow the moment we wake up and we're like, not today, not again. I wish, there was some form of liberation from this, 9 to 5, or in my case, 3 to 10:30 to 11, or what have you, working over 50 hours a week. I wish there was a better way, but, I was young, dumb, and did not go for every opportunity I had my way. And I guess I'm just playing the hand I've been dealt. And the grind more so has been trying to find a place that I want to call home and just retire. I'm always going to be on the market for something better, but I want to have my feet planted somewhere with some level of confidence. The world is ever changing too. This is not shocking news. The corporations that used to have that, I don't know, communal touch, like you have a sense of community, the familiar faces, and places that are in my area, like self-checkout, which of course there's going to be people taking full advantage of that. How much can you blame them? You can't regulate integrity. You can only hope for it. It's just, my style is, abide by the law and the rules. I'm sure I sound like a square here. I just don't like stealing. For whatever reason, I wonder what happened to me in a past life. I really, really it's almost something that I take way too personal. I've put my life in danger working at certain jobs and catching idiots trying to get away with like $600 worth of alcohol or what have you, chasing them, physically kicking the items. Ooh, come on, buddy. There you go. Almost had that guy back into that guy. That would have meant some premium content. Look at me. I sound like a casual streamer. Evil streamers, all of us. How dare us? Oh, is it going to be road rage or a garage rage? No, he's shoveling right off. Good. It's not worth it. Walk away, man. Walk away. Shit, man. Yeah, no, unless I guess something special happens, I'm gonna keep on aspiring with whatever goals, like the show. I'm not gonna play the lottery, but what can I say? It's not ego, it's optimism when it comes to continuing with Stuck in the Middle and just riding that until the wheels come off. And I'm really thankful for those of you that give us a chance, that watch us for the entire duration. I want to give you all a star and a cookie. We went over 3 hours. We probably would have hit 4 hours if we weren't just suddenly cut off because YouTube is just acting weird. And it's not a singular thing. It wasn't just our show. There was multiple shows, and I can't substantiate the claim I'm getting from people telling me there was a bunch of shows that were just talking about the stuff you're talking about. I know we're special, but we're not that special. We've had our weird issues in the past. Here, story time. Some of you know CanCon very well. Here's probably the strangest thing that's ever happened, where I literally thought maybe somebody out there was watching. And when I corroborated this account with CanCon, none of us, his family, none of us could come to a conclusion on what the hell it was that actually happened. I'm honored you guys invited. Hey man, thank you for one, and I'm just eager to get that rotation going. I don't know if it's next week or what, because we have guests and bookings and schedules, but man, it's been an honor to just know you and call you friend. Where was, sirens, road rage? Gotta get some content. What was it I was just saying? I don't remember. Having a Biden moment. Something with podcasting. You got any help here? You and Josh promised. You guys still... I owe you a show? We owe you a show? Oh yeah, you wanted to come up and we wanted to continue the conversation about domestic violence and abuse. Oh, hold on. I remember the story. Let me stick to this before my brain scatters in 50 different directions. So, Cannabis Conservative. I go to his home where he has his studio. We do this show. The show is a long one, and then afterwards we go downstairs. His daughter makes homemade cinnamon buns or something. We get to enjoy it. Nobody else is in this home or in that space. It's just me, CanCon, his daughter's friend, and that's it. And then when I get home at something like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, I back then I was constantly checking comments and analytics, and there's a comment out of the blue. I didn't recognize the name. It said, "How were the Cinnabuns?" and I don't remember if I like responded or I was just like, oh, interesting. Maybe CanCon's daughter like got on some account and is just messing with me. So in the morning, I text CanCon and I'm like, dude, how did who said this? Like, LOL, you know? And then I called him up and we're in a conversation, and I tell him the comment that was left, and he's like, nope. I asked everybody in the house. Nobody looked for your channel after the fact. After I got over my feelings being hurt that nobody searched my channel, yeah, no, we came to the conclusion it's just one of the great mysteries. Literally, look, I will say it is very possible with the circles that CanCon goes around and he does talk to people that are at pretty high levels, that it is plausible that he can be bugged to some degree. I mean, he's been blacklisted, he's been canceled, you know, he's been on the wrong or the bad side of a democratic run government when, you know, Biden was in office at that time, I believe. And just I don't know, I just have no explanation for that one. So that's always been a wild thought, like, who the fuck is just trolling us from the background, or is this some inside joke? But to this day, it's something that we just have no answer for. I'm sure there's more exciting accounts, but that comes to mind. Let me see. Whenever. Thank you for affording that grace. Speaking of grace, man, that Donna was awesome. Some of those, like, I gotta work on my patience when we get real-time callers. I'm sure everybody could tell with my facial expression. I was like biting my bottom lip, like, oh God, this is stalling the show. We gotta keep the flow. We gotta get to the end. Then you just kind of gotta let that go and really receive and listen to what people have to say. I'm just accustomed to people calling in and saying nonsense. But a big part of Stuck in the Middle is keeping those lines opening and engaging with people of every perspective. And she gave us a very, very wise kind of a checkmate. We can't speculate how anybody deals with grief, so on and so forth. And it helped us even point out what Candace Owens did. Yeah, Donna wouldn't rush the show. Donna is on her own wavelength, and she has earned that. She is a real MVP. I'm super proud that we get callers like that. Then there was Jules. Jules strikes me as somebody that's completely all in, invested in everything that Candace Owens says. If somebody is to tell somebody like Jules, Candace Owens is wrong, she will, just like me with stealing, she'll take it so personally. Like, if you go ahead and check the comments out on last night's episode, Jules has written maybe a thesis on how Candace Owens is never wrong, and she went after Shamrock in the comments, Shamrock being an OG of Stuck in the Middle and the Progressive Patriot channel. When you are that emotionally invested in just hearing an opposing opinion, I think that's when you have to sit back and evaluate. She is caught in that echo chamber. Like, no disrespect, just calling it like I sees it. That is somebody that's fully invested in confirmation bias. You cannot question what she perceives as the truth. And when we pointed out some of her comments from the past, like, hey, Candace Owens talked about lizard people, where's your stance on that? She started to choke up a bit. She went a little all over the place, and, you know, that made for just a good moment to have captured. When you put somebody, I don't want to say in the corner, you just ask them the basic questions that they're not accustomed to, because where they spend is probably in Candace Owens' very chat with 200,000 other people that all think the same thing and will never question what comes out of her mouth. And to sit there and fully believe that Candace Owens doesn't just work on implying things and walking that eggshell walk to not outright state it, probably trying to dodge any actual lawsuits for some of the things she says. If you can't identify that as a clickbaiting strategy, well, I mean, I think that becomes a you problem and not a problem for anybody else to solve. Oh, is there going to be a day where Candace Owens is not in the zeitgeist kind of a deal? Will there be a day where she doesn't hit our radar and we can happily ignore her and move on to something else? At least for the next show, it's going to be a lot more fun, open-ended. There was a whole segment we had to change the title, and we didn't get to it, which was both sides, media outlets from the left and the right, absolutely contradicting themselves, being hypocritical, playing the blame game, and it's hilarious. That's the unintentional comedy that Stuck in the Middle lives for, right? But shit, man. I guess this is the tone. This is my identifiable tone when you hear me start going, well, and okay, where I'm about to say, okay, I think I've got my rant aside on here, and I gotta get to the job and be here till close. Wah, wah, wah. But I ain't gonna get no. I'm not using no damn SNAP benefits. I actually thought SNAP couldn't be used here, or EBT. Is there a difference between EBT and SNAP? I have no idea. I've never used it. I think I kind of flexed that on Josh, which was a great joke. I mean nothing by it. He knows that. He played right into it. But yeah, I remember dealing with them at other companies where you have to do a lot of the work. You had to go through it like a literal check, a physical paper check off each item manually with your eyes, get your hands on them, and it would just, you had to pause the line in its entirety. Oh, look, bright light. I'm like Gizmo and Gremlins. I'm going to start multiplying now. Oh, no, I need to add water. I only have Red Bull. Let's see, what time is it? I was about to go. Yeah, I got a few minutes here. Hey, Voices! Voices, good to see you, sweetie. I hope you are doing super well. I hope your father is doing amazing, by the way. I think of him from time to time. I just wonder how that man is doing. Like, he always seemed to me like a fella I would love to visit. In my mind, he's just living a peaceful life, but that's always from the outside, right? We never know what it's like right up here, as much as we try. I hope, Voices Behind the Wall, that you would give the other show that I do a chance. We have been doing great. Like, I have grown a little cautious to even talk about it, the way things are. Call it superstition. But it would be awesome if you would pay us a visit there. If ever you would want to talk about anything related to anything, you're more than welcome. Crub, there you are, G. What's up, man? Shamrock, I was just talking about your call. Give him a call. Okay. Bet. I think I know I still have his number. This is still the same old damaged ass phone. So okay, that is I think I'll try that on Friday, my only day off. I hope everybody is doing well for that matter. Krupp, I don't know how. Well, we'll figure this out. Right now, I guess with the show itself, we are just busy keeping it going. We're very proud that, we hit another milestone. We're very close to a certain goal. And, I don't want to go too inside baseball. What is up with this particular parking spot? That's like the third terrible either driving or near accident. This is no, bro. Florida garage parking is a serious business. All right, it's life or death up in this piece. Was good? Nope, not me and you. Okay. He digs. Oh shit. Okay, man. I really wish that. Given where the location is, I got family there that I have to. Did you see the video I sent above? Yes. Well, no, I saw the stats. Thank you for that. I don't know. Via the media lens, everybody's talking negatively about Canada. Even my own cousin, my own family. Like, I'm not being told anything positive. My ex-girlfriend that's gonna be here. Check this out, Voices. Tell me if this is something you'd be interested in. One of my exes that Josh points out, I love to remind people, this was somebody that I used to date. She's into tarot cards and stuff like that. And Josh and I think our audience, a lot of us are skeptical. We have a very mixed audience. I'm proud of that. We have people that disagree with us but still watch. We have some understanding of discourse, that conversations are necessary. Thank goodness for that. Because when we abandon conversation, it's all hands on from there, and nobody wants to see the bloodshed as a result. So she's going to try to make us a believer of tarot readings and the like. My aunt way back in the day taught me how to read palms, and I'm going to tell on myself. I have utilized that for years. It's been a while, but like when I would go to bars when I was still drinking, I had a line of nurses, about 12 nurses. They all went to the same bar, just waiting for me to read their palm. For me, it like you just learn the basics. You got your lifeline, you got your career line, you got your love line, and then you got the kids. Apparently, don't. This is all. I think it's BS. Like the trick for me is reading the facial cues, and people are eager to kind of fill in the blanks. But you go off these basics. Here's the lifeline. Starts at the top, goes all the way down to here. This right here is the career line, and this is the love line, and how many people you're gonna get married to, or true loves. And then for kids, this one has always been ridiculous to me. You gotta squish your pinky down like so, and then make a tight fist. You're not reading the creases that are a result of you making a fist. There's lines, and if you pull this down, you get to see. I'm suing false advertising, my genetics here. I don't know. I can't see. I mean, I don't think I'm having kids at this juncture in my life. I don't know. I can't tell if is this the line that's just here because there's lines on my hand, or is this the child that I've never had? Well, damn it. This is a conundrum. But yeah, I don't know. It is way more entertaining when you are doing it in person. It's crazy. If I was to give myself a rating, and I always ask people to give me a like 1 out of 10, 96% of people, women, all women, that I've rated, or that I've read their palms, have given me a grade of like an 8 to a 9. There was a few where there was just misses and it just wasn't hitting. Those always sucked, but it's just a fun little party trick. Next episode, Eli's pregnant. Oh, damn it. You didn't have to just tell everybody while I'm live. Dear God. Good thing I did this on this channel and not stuck in the middle where everybody would see it. The secret's out. It's always women and their boyfriend. Oh, I could tell you, I've had a few angry, so of course, since I would only read women's palms, I didn't want to be doing this on dudes' palms and shit. Like, oh, here's your line, let me trace your line. And then fucking dude looks at me like we're in Brokeback Mountain. Fuck no. But I definitely have read some girls' palms that were maybe not fully honest if they were with someone or not. And then homeboy would walk up and see me with my hand on his chick's hand, and she's crying. About 75% of these women would end up crying because once you start reading these things, you start to ask the questions. Let's see if I can give an example here. So Mark did well with the ladies. Oh, yeah, see, all this stuff, tarot, palm reading, I cannot deny they're great icebreakers, better than my cheesy line. How much does a polar bear weigh? Enough to break the ice. My name is Progressive Patriot. No. Let's see what questions I would ask myself. Alright, it's so fucking cheesy. Alright, Eli, I see your line here. This is your lifeline. Looks like overall you're gonna have a long life, but something happened around here. This looks like maybe early childhood. Was there some sort of life-threatening accident that you almost like didn't survive, that it scared you and your family? Oh, I see. What? Oh, your tonsils were taken out? A car accident? Okay, or then you just keep kind of going with that. Then you go further down, and then if you see a split in the lifeline, you just start saying, it looks like there's going to be a very important path. There's a decision, and it's going to dictate which way your life is going to go. And if you really dramatize it, and they're hooked. If there's one thing that I could say I miss about the bar, and it ain't the booze, it's reading palms. Stupid idea, but idea nonetheless. I'm gonna go to a bar, or there's a place we have with a bunch of arcades, free arcades, $10 entry, whatever, or you at least have to buy something. I'm gonna give this a crack and maybe stream it. I have to get permission, I think. I don't know. Just for decency, I'll get permission. That'll be a fun shit show. So, okay, not me. I play for free. True story. and she may not remember this. It's probably, no, it's gone. It's erased from the internet. Maybe somebody clipped it. This is when I had people following me around with pure hatred. I read Patty Lynn's poem on her live stream years ago, when she was still friends with that Tammy Etsy person. She put her hand up to the screen, and I read her poem. She was so fascinated. That led to her talking about, oh my God, like, you know, that'd be so awesome if you traveled around here. We're gonna do this thing, and I don't know. Then fast forward, we all know how events turned out, and me and that particular community didn't get along and get on so well. But that's a fun, true story. What you got, C-Fowls? You're getting all the attention. I gotta run soon. Okay. You play free. Trust me, someone's paying, even if it's the next girl's boyfriend being charged double. Well, if we're talking about at least the place I'm talking about, probably not. You're probably having a full-on conversation. I know I could walk in, all I gotta do is buy a non-alcoholic beverage, because I ain't drinking, motherfuckers, or buy some food, and then all these retro games from the 80s, even Atari shit. They got consoles all hooked up, couches, arcades. I'm beating that X-Men arcade, man. I can't even remember from my childhood if I beat that shit back in the day. Y'all know the one with the 5. It was like the first arcade that had 5, 6 characters that could play at once. Dazzler, Colossus, Wolverine, Nightcrawler, Storm. Jesus, my memory. It's not all gone yet. I'm amazed. Well, speaking of memory, I do have to get to work. Thanks for indulging me with these little rants and conversations. This channel is a mystery to me. It's an enigma, just like I sometimes feel like my own place in the world. Not that it's, I'm not suffering for it or anything, but this channel is just here. It's like my own personal catharsis. It's my therapy, and you guys are kind of a part of it. So, you know, bless you for that. God bless you for that. Shamrock, you're an MVP. C-Fowls, you're my brother from another mother. Where's Shep, by God? Voices, I'm fascinated by you. I can tell we would get along just amazingly. Maybe in our futures. I seriously check out Stuck in the Middle. Take a look at how it's been doing the past 2 months. I think you would be interested in joining us. But if you don't see a topic that you're interested in, I would fully understand that. And Krupp, you know, there's a lot of people and a lot of names I'm mentioning that I've already talked to you. I want to have a rotation of people talking, because I want to embody that conversation that the country needs to keep on having. Just because people's voices were silenced with violence doesn't mean that we are going to cater in cowardice or you know, kind of kneel to the cowardice and intimidation. Speak what you believe to be the truth, unashamedly, unabashedly, but be prepared for what comes after, especially when you put yourself out there. So, peace out. Twisted 10, brother. Salute, man. You caught me on the tail end. God bless. That was I got them bars. Don't get me started. I will go right off the head right now. But nope. I gotta go. Take care. Peace.